Hello and welcome to My Xbox and Me episode. Oh God, crash! I don't. 350. I am one of your hosts, MC Fixer, alongside the one and only Too Fresh Crash. Crash, how are you?
I'm doing good.
What's Matt's excuse this week? He ain't here again. What happened?
I don't think this week's Matt's fault.
Whose fault is it this week?
Let's see. We can take turns. It could be my fault this week if you want it to be.
Yeah, it was your fault this week. All right.
Okay, it was my fault. It was definitely my fault.
It has nothing to do with the fact that he come into my Twitch channel and was like, "Guess we're not doing the podcast," and I was like,
"That's not what happened." Who did that?
Matt did.
Oh yeah, but okay, that might have happened.
What happened? Tell me what happened.
Earlier in the day, I went into your Twitch channel and told you to check Discord.
Okay, and I did.
And this was like an hour before we were supposed to do the podcast or something like that.
So
it's like I'm messaging. I put out a message to like make sure like, are we doing the podcast today? Is everybody good? Matt responded. I'm like, cool. I wait. Fix didn't respond. I'm like, oh, I guess I'll just go into his Twitch channel. I'll just tell him to go look at it, and that'll be that. And then nothing.
Chris, I don't want to pull this card on you because we've been friends for many years. You've been with me before I was this famous rapper, yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of a big deal now, though, Chris. So unfortunately,
No.
We're not
gonna get into this, but you can keep that excuse if you want.
I'm fucking with you. I'm sorry, I messed up. Matt's not here because of me. He has prior commitments on the weekends, and unfortunately, we are recording this on Sunday. We are late, but it has allowed us to have some big news. If you didn't know, My Xbox and Me is our weekly Xbox podcast right here on youtube.com/My Xbox and Me and all podcast services. If you want the show, if you want to support the show financially, head over to patreon.com/MCFix. So I can't say early at this moment in time. I just need... Okay, there's stuff coming. I'm not going to lie, people have been on me, Crash. Because I did the old, should be announced something soon, which you should never do. You should never do that. Let me tell you, you should never do that. Because I still can't tell you what it is. But it is going to help in a big way. There is an announcement coming. It is going to help, and everything's going to be a lot better, I promise. Shout out to our Patreon's producers, Aaron Garden, FNH. Oh, topic of the show this week. No surprise. There was a huge state of play that happened. And there were some big hitters shown at the showcase that are not exclusive to PlayStation. Hence why we are talking about them. I'm not going to lie. Maybe we'll just do the whole state of play as the announcement, as our topic of the show this week. But there was I watched the state of play. I did watch it. I didn't watch it live when it first got announced, so I saw everything that got announced, and then I went and watched it. And I was watching it, and I was like, man, this is a really good state of play. Like, this was maybe the best state of play ever.
Yeah.
But a lot of those games coming to Xbox. So I'm just saying. It was good, but,
it was
good, but
isn't that a good thing?
For us, yes, amazing.
Yeah, but let's be real. Most people complain about when shows like this happen and everything that's made by a third party is exclusive, which that didn't happen here. Oh no, for various reasons.
I'm very happy.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Is the 90% of the stuff that I cared about that was shown at the state of play, I'm going to be able to play on the platform that I prefer to play on.
Yeah, most of Final Fantasy and
Stray
were the only exclusives, and the VR stuff. Yeah, they had exclusive stuff, 100%. But just not
stuff that I care about.
Yeah,
so it's all good. Anyway, there was a couple big announcements that were shown at State of Play. The big one, I feel like we might as well get the elephant out of the room. Resident Evil 4 Remake was announced. Coming out March 24th, 2023, next year. So very soon. Can I be honest with you? I didn't get any tweets. I didn't get any messages. I didn't get nothing. Nobody messaged me this time.
You're the GTA guy.
Oh, damn. I'm not
when there's a new
guy
GTA,
anymore.
When there's a new GTA, you'll get hit up. Don't worry about it.
I got nothing. I did get nothing for this one. But everyone knows I'm a huge Resident Evil fan. If you've been listening to the podcast long enough, you will know that I'm. Would you say I'm a Resident Evil 4 hater? I wouldn't say I am. I think I give it the props it deserves. I just dislike what it did to the franchise.
Depends on the day somebody catches you.
That's everything.
Some days it's ugly. Some days it's like you give it respect.
Okay.
Overall, yeah, I think you give it the respect that it deserves.
It deserves. Okay, I just want to say one thing. All right, you guys are gonna play this game, and it's not gonna live up to the hype that is in your brain for what Resident Evil 4 was. Mark my words. This ain't no Resident Evil 2, motherfuckers. All right, this ain't it. What did you think of the look of it, Crash? First of all,
I actually didn't like the showing of it.
Mm.
There was nothing that I don't really care for Leon, so there was nothing that really. There's no character pop-ups, nothing that really caught me.
Excuse me, sir. How dare you? How dare you?
Look, I'm a big fan of Resident Evil 7, Chris Redfield. That's my go-to Resident Evil character.
Can I say?
Yeah.
Talking Resident Evil with you is some of the most painful thing I have to do on a week-by-week basis on this podcast. Because you suck, man. You suck.
No,
all jokes aside,
yeah.
I thought this was a really poor showing for Resident Evil 4.
There was no real gameplay. There was no real vibe that I got from it or anything. It was just, here's Resident Evil 4, which for a lot of people that's exciting because they know what that game is, or they have some sort of attachment to it.
They are playing on the nostalgia in which Resident Evil 4 is considered one of the greatest games ever. That's what this trailer was. It was like, this location, hint to this character. Oh, look, there's the look of Ada. And overall, don't get me wrong, it looked beautiful. It's going to be a fun game. I wonder, are people actually going to be like, yo, Resident Evil 4 is amazing? Because I play every Resident Evil game once a year. I go through and play through the series. Even the ones I dislike, I go through and play them. And every time I get to Resident Evil 4, I'm like, man, this is a good game, but I don't know. Even this remake, and what I saw in the trailer, I was like, it didn't give me that. And I know Resident Evil 2 is my favorite game of all time, but it didn't give me that Resident Evil 2 vibe. It didn't.
I feel like Resident Evil 2 just had the better trailer because you couldn't even tell at first if you're just a casual fan that it was Resident. I know you were right away when you saw the rat or whatever. You're it's Resident Evil 2.
Yeah.
But this didn't they were just Resident Evil 4 remake. There was no sort of hype build up in the trailer or anything like that. And I wonder if it's because it was a state of play showing that they were we don't need to do that. I don't know what the reasoning would be, or if that's just Resident Evil 4, that's what we got. We don't need to do anything special for it.
I think it's a little bit of arrogance from Capcom's point of view, I think, where it's it's Resident Evil 4. This game is going to sell gangbusters. This will sell more than... This will probably be the highest selling Resident Evil game of all time. Once everything's said and done. So eclipsing the great Resident Evil 5 and the great Resident Evil 6 that are currently the highest selling Resident Evil games. Oh god.
Are they really still?
They are the highest selling Resident Evil games. Yeah.
Cool. To be fair, those games are co-op. This game is not co-op.
That's true. Yeah, I don't know. I sat down to watch it and I just expected a little bit more. I expected to feel some butterflies. I expected to feel something, and I didn't. Do you know, this is, okay, I'm glad I wasn't reacting to this, because if I was reacting to this, I would have had to have faked a reaction to get a good YouTube video.
Right.
That's honestly how I feel.
Do you think there's any possibility that they kept it so tame and empty because they don't want to show as many changes as they've made to the game?
I hope so.
You don't seem confident in that.
Bro, I'm not confident in it. I think it's that weird thing where we're coming off the back of Resident Evil Village, which is like Marmite, I guess, for people that I talk to. I think across the board, most people love it. Me, I thought it was okay. I didn't love it. I thought it was okay. And then You're coming off the back of Resident Evil 3 remake that didn't quite hit the way most Resident Evil fans wanted it to hit, and then you have this game that is, again, to the casual market, which is the market that are going to be buying this in heaps, it's considered one of the greatest games of all time. To the hardcore Resident Evil fan, it's not considered the greatest Resident Evil game of all time. And then you have this new one, and I'm just like, I'm intrigued. I'm just intrigued to see how it turns out. Am I going to play it day one? Of course. Am I going to enjoy playing it? I'm sure I am. But I'm just intrigued to see, okay, you did Resident Evil 2 and it's a masterpiece. You did Resident Evil 3 remake, it wasn't. What is Resident Evil 4 remake going to be?
Do we know what team worked on this?
I
feel like we covered.
I think this was I think it's called Capcom 1 or something like that. I think it's the same team that did Resident Evil 2 remake. Yeah, not 3.
Okay, so that is a bit of a hopeful silver lining, though.
Yeah, no, absolutely. There was. Did you see the end? Right at the end, you had the. It looked like it was a fixed camera angle of him walking towards the.
Yes,
and I was like,
yes. They're not bringing back fixed camera angles.
Well, no.
It doesn't make sense because that's like we're gonna take this game and
it was
then
a
we're just
weird
gonna throw
tease,
it back in
though.
time. It was a weird tease. I feel like they might do it at certain parts to like just as a cinematic feel and an homage to the older games.
Yeah.
Have it where it's like, okay, now you get the fixed camera angle and you're walking to past the gates or whatever. I forget what the exact part is.
No, I know what you mean. I know,
before the game begins or during certain areas where it's like something big is going to happen and we want to show it in a certain angle or whatever.
It was just an interesting taste.
Yeah, I absolutely did notice that. I did peep that.
Yeah. So other than that, a couple other games that were announced that matter to us would be how was it Callisto Protocol? Have I said that right?
Protocol.
Yeah, that looked awesome. At first I thought it was Dead Space. At first, and then I was like, wait, this ain't Dead Space. And then I'm watching this, and I'm like, man, this game looks really good. Like really good.
Yeah.
Like a lot of fun.
A lot of Dead Space vibes, obviously made by the ex Dead Space developers.
Yeah.
It looked really good. It looked better, significantly better than the first showing, I think.
Yes, I agree.
And I don't know if we actually covered on the podcast this game isn't connected to PUBG anymore.
No, I know. Yeah, they got rid of that.
Which watching this, I'm like, how did they ever plan on this being connected in the same universe? It doesn't make sense. And I can't wait in the future if there's ever a documentary when they go over like what was supposed to be the PUBG universe.
Yeah. The what if of PUBG universes.
Yeah.
You got a release date as well, December 22nd. Which I don't love the release date. I don't love December release dates. I've got to be honest.
Okay.
Just wait till January.
Too close.
I feel like
to end the year.
Yeah, it's December 22nd. It's so close to Christmas, and this just isn't a Christmas game. You know?
Yeah.
This ain't this isn't a Christmas game. So
Die Hard's a Christmas movie. This is a Christmas game. It's all done. No. We don't know when this game will take place. There might be a Christmas tree in the background somewhere.
Imagine it's just a little Christmas tree somewhere. Just be like, yeah, it's a Christmas game. There you go, people. There you go. It all takes place in December. So there's a bunch of Christmas stuff up and then a bunch of zombie-looking monster things trying to eat your face. But yeah, I really like the look of this, so I'm definitely going to be picking this one up as well. And last but not least, a game that will matter to you. And we got a question about it, which was from Origin Cookie Man, who said, "At my Xbox and me, what do you make of Street Fighter 6? The range of platforms and new modes / systems." So yeah, for those who don't know, Street Fighter 6 was shown. It will be coming to Xbox and PC, and of course PS5. Crush. I think this was the game that blew me away the most.
Really?
Yeah, know I'm a sucker. I'm a sucker for story modes.
Yes.
I'm a sucker.
Yeah, I know. Go on. I was watching it and I saw the little open world bits and I was like, that reminds me a lot of NBA. that reminds me a lot of the NBA open world. Mm-hmm. And there's create a character and there's like all these vibes and they're like bringing it back to the street and all this stuff and
Yep.
being the best fighter. And I'm like, oh wow, I kind of dig that. And when I was first watching it, I actually didn't feel it. I watched the whole trailer when I was watching it live, and I was like, I like the way the game looks. I just don't know if I feel it. And then I rewatched it, and some other bits and pieces about the game came out, and I was like, I actually really dig what they're doing.
Dude, I mean, that's all you needed.
So you're getting it?
Yeah, I'll play this. Yeah, I'll 100% play this. Okay. Because if there's just a simple, I just need a basic, I want to be the very best fighter there ever was. That's all I need. That's all I need, bro.
This game also has a simple control scheme. So you know how you usually to do like fireballs and stuff like that, you have to do quarter circle and stuff like that. They have it where there's just directional inputs for certain games. For
I don't know
the more
what circle is.
audience.
This is the Xbox podcast, so definitely B. But
quarter circle is not B. Fix. Quarter circle is on the joystick where you do a quarter circle on the joystick.
Oh, I thought you was calling the O button on a PlayStation control the circle.
No. I was talking fighting game lingo. Fix. Called me out for no reason.
I feel dumb. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'm sorry,
Guys. They announced 3 modes for the game. Fighting Ground, which is, I believe that's just sort of like the normal online matchmaking, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
Battle Hub and World Tour. World Tour is the open world exploration mode.
Yep.
Which we assume is going to be player-made characters. They haven't confirmed that as far as I'm aware.
Yeah.
And news has been coming out about the game, so there's a possibility that's been confirmed at this point. But in the trailer, they do, like, you see it for a split second. You're actually fighting someone on the street.
Yeah.
There's the Battle Hub mode, which, again...
That's what they showed off a tiny bit of as well during this trailer, right?
Yeah, which people are saying it's going to end up being, like, Arc System Work lobbies, which, for anybody who knows how those games work, it's, like, a whole bunch of little icons or... players in a lobby, and you can choose who you want to fight with and stuff like that. Some people did notice that there's the game cabinets, and some of them have old Capcom games, and some people are like, oh, maybe you can play old Capcom games there, which I think would be interesting.
That would be cool.
Metaverse. Yeah.
I was about to say, what? Street Fighter Metaverse, let's go.
Yeah. A good bit of the roster has leaked, which I don't want to talk about because people's videos have been getting taken down about talking about the leak and stuff like that, but there supposedly is a leak. And also in the trailer for the Battle Hub, you can see basically most of the roster in there, or a good portion of the roster.
Okay.
Which I think was purposeful because I don't think this game is super far out.
Yeah.
I don't think we get it this year, but I wouldn't be surprised if we get it late to early mid-year. Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, it blew me away. I was a bit like, huh. In 2022, I didn't expect to be excited for a Street Fighter game. Like, I haven't played Street Fighter in years.
I also kind of like that they went away from the cartoony look that the last few Street Fighters had, Street Fighter 4 and 5, and they went with more of a realistic look. I think Ryu's new model looks incredibly dope. I think Luke looks better in this one than he did the last one.
Yep.
I think the new character looks cool. I like Chun-Li's new design.
Chun-Li looks beautiful, as always.
Yeah.
Hey, she's a good-looking woman. What do you want from me?
I know, I agree. I don't disagree.
Hey, what do you want from me? You want me? Hey, you want
I
me
don't
not to say she's
disagree.
beautiful? What do you want?
They introduced the drive system, which is the new main gameplay mechanic, which is you get meter and you can get it back, and you can use meter for universal parries to auto cancel normal moves and stuff like that. So there's a lot of really fighty game stuff. Yeah. And I really like the aspect of it where they're like, we want you to either risk it sometimes or play defensively. You can use it defensively or offensively.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that gamble and that aspect of it, I think, is really, really cool, which usually works well for fighting games, is seeing Street Fighter do something with it instead of sort of sticking to something they've done relatively close to something they've done. I think is cool. I really, really like the look of this game so far.
From a casual point of view, which is where I come from, like, just looking at it, I was like, oh, this looks like it's trying to do something different, finally. Am I right in that or not?
Kind of.
Okay.
Because, like, most Street Fighter games do have, like, different mechanics unique to those Street Fighter games.
Okay.
It's not always universal, but I do feel like this is the largest step away from what they normally do. Yeah, so I guess you wouldn't be wrong in saying that, to be honest.
Just from a visual point of view across.
Oh, visually, absolutely.
Well, just visually. Like mechanically as well, though. But it just like I was watching it, I was like, this actually feels new.
This is the first time I feel like I've seen Street Fighter. I'm like, it is closer to Mortal Kombat level of visual quality.
Yeah.
Whereas usually because they go for the cartoony comic booky vibe with the characters, and I feel like that works. But when you see something like Mortal Kombat, it's like, oh, Mortal Kombat clearly looks better. Where this is the time where you're looking at it and you see the landscapes, and the landscapes are incredibly detailed and look gorgeous, and you're like, oh, this actually competes with Mortal Kombat in terms of visual.
Yeah, it was beautiful looking, and yeah, man, I'm happy it's back on the Xbox. I'm not gonna lie, I'm happy we're getting Street Fighter.
That was a surprise. I think a lot of people were surprised that it was coming to Xbox, which I'm really glad. I really hope with the Battle Hub that there's crossplay. I think it needs crossplay.
Yeah,
I think all fighting games need crossplay, but I'm excited. It coming to Xbox, huge surprise. I wonder if there's a possibility we see this at all in any sort of Xbox show. I don't think we do though.
Not the new one that's coming.
No, not the.
Maybe at some point. Yeah. I mean, maybe. Yeah, but that's all the stuff that was announced at PlayStation State of Play that matters to us. If we missed anything, let us know in the comments below of this YouTube video. What was your most exciting announcement? Love to hear from you guys. Crash, what's been in your box, bro? What you been playing this week?
Destiny 2. New season came out for Destiny 2.
Okay.
Where they reworked the Solar class and added, because they've gone in depth with the classes and they're reworking all the classes, and a whole bunch of new content went back to it. And so I decided to jump in and just try out the Solar class, and I played it, and I was like, this is really, really fun. So I've been grinding out Destiny 2 as of late, which I was not expecting.
Are you playing on your own, or have you got someone you playing with?
I got a buddy I'm playing with.
Okay. I was gonna say, I assume that playing that game on your own is so boring to me.
I played on my own as well. I enjoy it. I find it fun.
So boring.
I don't think those type of games are for you, Fix.
I've learned, Crash. I don't think any games for me anymore. I was having this conversation the other day. NBA.
Football Manager.
Well, of course.
Football Manager is for you.
Crash. It's not silly talk now. Come on, guys. We all know. Football Manager, Game of the Year, every year. It would be unfair if I even went into the mechanics of the game. It's so deep and so tactical. You guys couldn't even keep up with me, all right? Couldn't even keep up. Is that all you've been playing? Destiny,
and I played 2 Game Pass games that I can't recall off the top of my head.
Oh, they were that good. They were
that good. I played them once and put them down. I didn't specifically dislike either of them, but I didn't specifically like either of them either. So
yeah, that's not a good look. It's not a good look. No. Not a good look. I haven't played anything of relevance, unfortunately, this week. I'm just waiting for 2 Point Campus, man. Just give me 2 Point Campus.
That doesn't come out for like another 2 months.
I know, but I want it 3 months, bro.
Is it 3 months?
Yeah, 9th for the 8th. Or 8th for the 9th for you guys. Yeah, I'm just sort of waiting. Waiting. Played Among Us not too long ago, though. That was interesting.
Well, how'd that go?
It's more Among Us, isn't it? It's not, I remember why I enjoy that game so much, but I remember why that game died off so quickly for me as well. Where it's like, once you've done it, you've had your fill. Personally.
See that?
Personally.
I can see that.
Yeah, I downloaded Sniper Elite 5, and then I remembered I don't like stealth. And I downloaded it, and then I was like, Matt said he didn't enjoy the stealth in this game. Maybe I shouldn't even bother. So I just didn't
Maybe it's just not a stealthy game, and that's why he didn't enjoy the stealth.
No, I reckon it is a stealthy game. He's just bad at it.
That's fair.
That's what I think.
I do blame the game when I play a stealthy game, and I'm bad at that stealth. I'm like, the stealth mechanics are horrible.
Not good, yeah. Even though it's definitely us. Let's jump into this week's dashboard and go through the rest of the news this week. Exclusive, Microsoft continues to iterate on Xbox Cloud streaming device codename Keystone. This one's from Windows Central and says, for a few years, rumors have persisted that Microsoft was exploring building some form of streaming stick to offer xCloud gaming via a more affordable dongle, similar to Chromecast and Google Stadia. For the first hint was Project is it Hobart? More recently, a codename Keystone appeared in the Xbox OS list, leading fire to rumors that Microsoft was continuing to explore additional hardware for the Xbox lineup. We can now confirm that it's indeed true, and it's sorry, my text is mad small. Let me make this a little bit bigger. Jesus Christ. Pertains to modernized HDMI streaming devices that runs Xbox Game Pass and its cloud streaming service. However, taking some time to explore additional iterations of the product before bringing it to market. Sorry, I stumbled over some mad words there. Yeah, we kind of expect this. This is ready. Like, we've been waiting. This is we've been waiting, right? We've been waiting. Like, there's not a
This was like a non-confirmation confirmation, or whatever you would put it, like where everybody knew this was going to come out at some point, especially with xCloud being something. Yeah, it does sound like it's not. Like, I don't think this will be something we see at the Xbox showcase this year. It sounds like it's still a ways out. But yeah, I guess it's cool to have the confirmation that it will.
Taking some time to explore. What is there to explore, Crash?
Different sizes, different shapes. I think a lot of it is just like physical. How do you keep it as small as possible, but make it something worth getting and stuff like that? Because there's a lot of different iterations for like stream sticks. Google Chrome's had the pucks. They had Fire Sticks. So there's a lot of different versions. And I imagine, like, depending on what version you make, there's the tech that would go into it would be varied as well.
You can get one.
But I don't know a lot about that stuff. I have my Xbox.
Yeah. I was thinking about this the other day, though. I was thinking about the stick. I was like, if I get a stick, I could have one in the front room, and then, like, the Xbox could stay in the office when I finally get one. And I was like, now I'm understanding why I need this thing. Now it makes sense. And then I was like, if I go to a hotel, so I have this thing right now where I like to go to hotels. I'm not that I've been to loads of hotels, but I like to think about the fact that I'd
Mentally
like to go to hotels.
Hotel, yeah.
Yes, exactly. And I'm like, and I could... Chris, all I want is a weekend away where I don't work and I just play Xbox. That's all I want.
And that weekend away, it would be at a hotel.
Has to be.
It has to be at a hotel. Got you.
Yeah,
just buy a Series S and bring the Series S with you.
And get one of those little portable screen things.
Yeah, most hotels have TVs.
And
if it doesn't have a TV...
Yeah, go on.
What are you going to do with the dongle?
Of course, you can have a TV. Stop it. The last hotel I stayed in had like a thing built into it where you could plug the HDMI in.
Oh,
yeah, like into the
just
wall.
Bring a little.
Just bring my Series X with me. Just like I walk into the hotel room with my arms, like, hey, I'm
not
here
a
for
Series
my stay.
X. I said Series X.
I'm not leaving this hotel room. Just leave me alone for 2 days. Don't change my towels because I'm not gonna need them. I'm not leaving this bed.
All I'm gonna get is some room service. That's about
it. Exactly. I might take a stroll to the nearest shop to get myself some Red Bull, and that's about it. Come back, just game. Next piece of news is from Jeff Keighley's Twitter, and he has this to say: this year's Summer Game Fest will feature events, activities, and updates for our fans from more than 30 partners, with more to be announced. It's going to be a great month for video game fans. Get ready. Some of the partners are the most notable ones here. You've got 2K, Activision, Atlas, Deep Silver, EA, Epic, Capcom, Xbox, Warner Brothers, Steam, and many, many, many more. Summer Game Fest, eh? Oh,
yeah. I will say, like, this 100% implies that not all these studios are going to be to the event on the 9th. So temper expectations for the 9th. If you see this list and you're like, this is going to be a wild show.
What are your expectations levels like for the 9th? Oh, this is a great time to talk about. By the way, we're going to do a show early next week to do prediction episodes just for Summer Games Fest. Then we'll do another episode where we break down Summer Games Fest. And then we'll do another show to predict the Xbox Showcase. And then we'll do another show to break down the Xbox Showcase. Okay?
Also be doing live streams for the...
live reactions for these shows.
Game Fest and Xbox, yep.
Yes. So yeah, keep it locked to the My Xbox and my YouTube channel. And, of course, keep an eye on your podcast feeds for people that are wondering, like, they haven't done a prediction yet. We are. Don't worry. It's coming. Yeah. What are your expectations?
Kind of lukewarm on it. Like
Huh.
I'm expecting like some interesting stuff to pop out, but I'm not expecting anything super crazy. My expectations did bump a bit after the state of play because I do think the state of play was really
Fantastic.
good. But then my expectations for Summer Game Fest actually dipped because like Summer Games Fest isn't going to be like that consistent because PlayStation state of play was short, but it was really like
That's
it
what they're
went
good
by
at. That's what
quick
they're good at.
and
30
hit.
minutes and it's bam, 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 bam,
Yeah.
bam, bam, bam. Summer Game Fest ain't that. Let me tell you.
Yeah, so I was like, oh, that's not gonna be that, but it did get me a little bit more hype for the Xbox show.
Ah.
Not
See,
the Summer Games Fest.
even the Xbox show, I've got to be honest. I'm looking forward to the Xbox show in a big way because I feel like right now Xbox is in a really bad position where it's like they've got all these studios, they spent all this money. It's time to show the games. We've been waiting.
Yep.
It's time to show the games, and I feel like we're gonna see the games. Don't get it twisted. I feel like we're gonna see games, but Xbox like to talk. Where like this state of play just reminded me how much I appreciate people not talking.
Yeah, I think we're gonna get the part where Todd Howard comes out for Bethesda.
Of
and
course.
he's gonna give like it's gonna be like a 10-minute segment or whatever, and I'm like, we don't need that
Anymore.
And I think that works certain situations. I don't
It's
know
a
if I
live
want
stream
it
afterwards, bro. I think that's what I've learned.
I
now, Where
agree.
it's like, give me an hour show and then do another hour show where it is all these people coming and talking about it so I
Yeah.
can tune out. All right?
I think what like best case scenario for that is you have Todd Howard hop up, announce the thing, and then a little title at the bottom or whatever you call it that says catch interview with
Yep.
Todd Howard or whatever after the show.
Agree.
And I think that would be the best way to go about that because I do agree. I think the show should focus on games. Here's the stuff we have to show. Here's the people we're partnering as far as third parties are concerned. Here's new gameplay we have and all that stuff. But I think this year will be good from Xbox because it has to be good.
I don't think they have a choice, right?
Yeah.
You think we see
Just-
Fable?
Fable?
Something?
No. Have you heard the recent story about Fable? Which I haven't been able to find
Fresh?
an article or any solid thing. You haven't.
Can I,
Um,
Fresh, I didn't even know Summer Game Fest had 30 partners until I just read it 10 minutes ago, okay?
Well, a story, or I shouldn't say story because I haven't seen the story, but a bunch of people have been talking about how a statement came out that Fable had to downscale, and a lot of people are reviewing it as a bad thing, which downscale, not necessarily a bad thing.
True.
Games get downscaled all the time. It just depends when in the process a game gets downscaled, which I don't think we were expecting Fable anytime soon. So I don't think it's a bad thing. I think it's a bad thing when it's like a year out of release or 6 months out of release, and it's like, well, we have to pull these mechanics because they don't fully work in the game.
Yeah. I still would love to see something though. Just keep reminding us Fable exists.
I think.
No, I'm not saying
it would
not
be cool.
gameplay or anything like that, but like just give me
Yeah, I
at
think
least even
a
the
cinematic
setting
trailer.
where we're at, where we,
Yeah,
just
Or
give me
just
something. Just give me
the
something.
bad guy, the vibe of the game, because we kind of got the vibe of the game in the first trailer, but that was also
That was a
it
long
wasn't
time
like
ago
the
now,
full
bro.
vibe. It was. I don't
That was
remember what
pre-pandemic,
happened,
bro. Pre-pandemic.
Is it really
I
pre-pandemic?
think so, yeah.
That's crazy.
Pre-pandemic.
Yeah, we gotta see that again. I don't think we will though.
Nah, me either. Sad. Let's jump into Fix a second. We're on the show there. I've got this first one from A Wild Army Enters, which is, I'm writing this question as it's my third day of 90 Fahrenheit. Is that what you guys measure your temperature in? Weather. With this being so hot, I was wondering, does the wonderful host of My Xbox and Me have any games they can relate to a certain time of year? For me, as a kid, I used to play SSX in the winter months because it matched how my world was outside. The snow, not the crazy snowboard in motocross. Then when it was hot, I always think of my Game Boy Advance games like Castlevania, Circle of the Moon, Bow tie? How the hell do I say that? Bow bot tie? Boktai? Boktai,
That
thank
would
you.
be my best guess.
And the summer of release of Pokemon, because I was usually on a long car ride or chilling with friends. Anyways, I hope the weather is better there than it is mine. Thank you very much, Yami, for the question. I don't know if I have a weather one. I remember Pokemon in the summer, because this is a story. Here we go.
Yeah.
I made my cat. So, okay, my mum used to work at Clark's. Clark's is a shoe shop. Yeah? I used to like making things. So my mum would bring me home empty shoe boxes. So I made my cat this like house out of shoe boxes. I thought it was really cool. Clearly it wasn't. Don't ask me why I remember this either. But I took that box outside because my cat was outside. I then put my Game Boy Advance and my copy of Pokemon Red left in it in the box. The big kids came along and stole my Game Boy Advance. No, my Game Boy. It was my green Game Boy Color. It wasn't Advance. My Game Boy Color with Pokemon Red in it. My mum then went to the big boy's house and told them to give me back my fucking Game Boy or she's going to smash out their windows.
Out to your mom.
Hey, we live on a council estate, bro. You don't steal from your own. We're all poor around here. You don't steal from your own. So, yeah.
Right.
Oh, I didn't get that Game Boy back. Ask the question. Go on, Crush. Ask.
Did your mom smash the windows?
Yes, she fucking did. Let me tell you.
Shout out to your mom.
Yes, she did.
Oh, she followed through.
Oh, yes, she did. Let me tell you. But yeah, that was in the summer. But no, I don't. The other story I got is I remember the winter of '96 World Cup. Was it World Cup '96 game? There might have been actually '97 because I think the games would have come out a year earlier. Sound like I don't remember. I had chicken pox and I was stuck inside. So I remember that as well. But that weren't really weather-wise. I don't really have a weather one, no. I just like being indoors.
The only one I can think of is Mega Man X, only because during the summer, I would go over to my cousins all the time to play Mega Man X.
Interesting. Why in the summer?
It was just, I remember it specifically in the summer. I'm pretty sure we played it other than the summer, but my memories of my time playing of it is the summer. Yeah. I'm pretty sure it took place other than the summer, but that's the only thing I can remember. I don't have a lot of
I remember buying Mario Party 8 or 7. One of the two. No, it might have been, I don't remember. It was on GameCube. I remember buying that for my birthday in July, and I just had a birthday party. So we had all the leftover, like, pop and fizzy drinks. And I remember me and my friend Eugene, we were just destroying bottles of pop and eating birthday cake while playing Mario Party. And I remember I put a hole in my hand from spinning the analog stick too hard. Good times, man. Good times. And I remember specifically my mum saying to me, "Go outside, you weirdo, like the other kids." Who got the last life?
Another real moment from your mom.
Who got the last life? I play video games for a living now.
True.
You suck, mum. But yeah, those are my stories. I'm sorry. Those are the ones that I remember anyway. Next question is also from Yami, who says, at Crash, at my Xbox and me, this was on Twitter, since you are the resident smite player for my Xbox and me, I'm wanting to hear your thoughts about this on the podcast. So this was the Slipknot versus Jesus legendary metal band enters the battlegrounds of the mosh pit in the mid lane of the battleground of the gods. Thanks to the all-new Slipknot cross event.
Jesus.
Smite has oh, what? Sorry, what?
It's Zeus.
What did I say?
You said Jesus.
Oh, sorry, I meant Zeus. My bad. Pretty close.
Jesus fighting that devil's music, you know?
Sorry, it's Zeus. My bad.
Yeah, it's the Slipknot crossover, which I
tangentially mentioned.
I love me Slipknot, and boy, was I excited. Look, the only thing I know about Slipknot is my cousin had a RuneScape account where Slipknot was in the name of the account. That's all I know. I don't listen to Slipknot. I didn't care for this event. The crossover doesn't work like past the crossovers where they're in battle passes. This one's in a chest that you have to buy, I think, 10 or 12 times to get everything in it or whatever. This was completely whatever. I don't think the skins look good. Also,
Can I ask why?
why what?
Why this? Why does this exist?
Apparently,
There's a
Slipknot has
crossover.
had Smite. Slipknot concerts apparently in the past have had Smite involved with them in some sort of way. I don't know the exact details.
Okay.
I don't know if the people who, if Slipknot themselves enjoy
Corey
Smite, or
Taylor's
if it's
out
been a
there
cross
just
promotional
playing some
thing or
Smite.
whatever.
He's like, yo, this is my
Yeah.
game, boys. Let me tell you.
I have no clue, but apparently there is some precedence for this because that was, I think most people I've talked to about this response was like, why? Why is this thing? Because like Transformers makes sense, TMNT makes sense, Stranger Things I guess makes sense. It's all within the nerdy subculture, right? But Slipknot,
I'm gonna be
I don't know,
honest.
it's
I
just a weird
forgot what Slipknot looked like, and I've now looked up pictures of them. It's scary, bro. Like, what the hell? Yeah.
They don't make good skins.
Apparently, they make good music though. No, my type of
I
music
wouldn't
that
know.
doesn't make it not good though. It doesn't make it. Not good.
I'm just saying I wouldn't know. I don't think I've probably heard a Slipknot song somewhere.
The only time I've ever heard Slipknot, and it isn't even Slipknot, I heard Corey Taylor because he made a song with someone who went to my school. Shout out Kid Bookie. They've got a couple of songs together, and those are like mixture of like hip hop / rock, and I can listen to that. There's a little bit of screaming in there, a little bit, but I can bop my head to it. But yeah, no, it's not. It's not my jam. It's not my jam, unfortunately. Moving on. Duven. Christ, I had to do it. I said it wrong last time, man. Don't beat me up. Come on, help me.
Dova, Targaryen,
I was so close though.
Duven.
Doven, my bad. I loved Sunset Overdrive so much. I know Fix did too. So my question is, do you think it will ever be possible we get a sequel from another studio since Sony owns Insomniac? If they did a sequel, which studio would you like to see develop it? There's only one studio I want developing in Sunset Overdrive. It's Insomniac, and it ain't ever going to happen, I don't think.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Insomniac owns the IP as well.
They do.
But even if the situation, a miracle situation where like someone's like, yeah, go ahead, you guys can make a Sunset Overdrive game, I would not want. I can't think of a studio Microsoft has, nor any other studio in general that I would want to make Sunset Overdrive.
You mean PlayStation has? Microsoft ain't
no,
touching
Microsoft. This. No, I'm just saying.
Oh, okay.
The question is like if
any studio
Microsoft,
could do it,
yeah, I wouldn't like.
I can't think of anybody.
Yeah, it's Insomniac or nobody.
Maybe
I don't think
who makes Jet Set Radio back in the day? Sega, but what studio?
No clue.
Maybe you could get them to do it. Maybe, but even still, no. I would want Insom to do it. To be honest with you.
Yeah.
So, do I think it'll happen? No, it's never like no. I don't think we ever see Sunset again, which breaks my heart. But no.
I think there's a possibility to see Sunset again. I don't think it'll be anytime soon. It's tough because now Insomniac's making both Wolverine and Spider-Man.
Yep.
And they're probably going to make more Ratchet and Clanks in the future. They always make Ratchet and Clank, so it's like, where would they fit in time for Sunset Overdrive, even if they realistically wanted to make another one?
Yeah. Sunset, so good. So good. Jesus Garcia says, if Activision deal goes through, how do you think Microsoft is going to manage their release cadence so that their first-party studios have the best chance to succeed and avoid competition not only with each other, but also other massive third-party releases such as GTA 6? I feel like... I don't know. I feel like what they're going to have to do is strategize in types of games is going to be the big thing. Because we've seen this with EA. They've messed themselves up many a time, where it's like Titanfall, Battlefield, like coming out at the same time, and oh god, I can't even think of the game. Jesus, Apex as well on top of that. And like, I feel like all Xbox need to do is just strategize the type of games they're releasing to make sure they don't cannibalize their own audience. If they've got a shooter coming out by Activision, like by the studios there, they need to make sure they don't then put out Contraband on top of that. They need to just give. I think giving games space to breathe is huge, and I think every game's going to be treated very differently because of Game Pass as well. I can see a lot more AA games coming out of Microsoft. Shorter experiences, fun games, don't get me wrong, but the shorter experiences, and then they can start hitting the month-to-month basis that they haven't delivered on this in a long time.
Yeah. I think the thing they were pushing for, was it a game every month? I thought it was every quarter to have like a first-party game out.
Yeah.
Which they haven't hit either, to be fair. Yeah. I don't think it adjusts anything for Call of Duty. I think even if Call of Duty takes a break, it's an October or November release no matter what. I think more so it would be Microsoft moving stuff around it, knowing when it's releasing. I think it'll be interesting to see how big of a window they make. So let's say we're not going to get another Halo, but theoretically, if another Halo were to come out, how much time would they give it from a Call of Duty release if they wanted to release it in like later in the year, in October or November type of thing? Would it be like, we'll give it 3 weeks or a month or something like that?
Yeah. It's just, Xbox are in such a weird place right now because we don't know when anything's coming out either, right? That's the problem, is not knowing when things are meant to either be coming out. Whether they get delayed or whatever, it's just right now we're just sitting around on our hands just like, okay, that's why this showcase is so important, right?
Yeah, because it's also, Starfield's going to have an important time at the showcase, even though it's delayed. It's like, it has to have a good showing, especially because it's delayed. Because if it's delayed and it comes out and it has even like a decent showing, or even like the low end of a good showing, I don't think that'll be enough.
I think it's in trouble if that's the case, because we've been waiting.
Yeah, and for most people, they look at what studios show for games, and they're like, well, studios show the best bits for games, and if that's the best bit and it's delayed, well, I'm gonna get to play is gonna be significantly worse, and that's not a good sign. I think Starfield will be a good showing.
Yeah.
I think Redfall, if we get a Redfall showing, we'd assume Contraband. I would be shocked if we don't get a Contraband showing.
Wait, no, we're getting Contraband.
Is it? Has it been confirmed?
Nothing's been confirmed, Chris. Nothing's been confirmed. But I'm confirming it.
I got 3 predictions already: Contraband, Redfall, and Starfield. I'm getting all those points.
You're getting all the points. Next question. We'll make this our last one for this week. It says, hi guys, with you guys talking about how Overwatch 2 is looking so much like the original, makes me wonder, how is this going to be a much better Game Pass game than a full price game? Would you guys have a better outlook on sequels like this if they went straight into Game Pass rather than being a full price game? Love the show. Keep up the hard work. Much love from New Zealand, Jimmy T. Thank you, Jimmy, for the question. I appreciate it, man.
I don't think Game Pass will be as relevant for this as a lot of people will assume. Because if you have Overwatch 1, you have Overwatch 2, or at least the base. It'll be important for campaign and stuff like that. But I think the main issue is that the game doesn't look different enough for most people. And I don't think there's anything Game Pass could do to fix that for people. Game Pass will be nice because more people would be willing to try it. But I don't think it would stop the stigma before release.
Yeah, but would it convince someone to just go, well, I'll give it a try, and then that's the drug that gets them in, and then they're like, oh, I actually forgot how much I love Overwatch. Where, let's say me, for instance, right? I have no interest in Overwatch. I don't want to pay for Overwatch 2. I've got I don't own the game. I do own the game on multiple platforms, but let's say I didn't own the game on any platform.
Yeah.
You've got more chance of me going, oh, I'll pick up Overwatch 2 than you have, oh, let me buy Overwatch 1 cheaply so I can just try out the multiplayer. So I get the I get the premise. I feel like a better outlook, no. I agree with Kresh on like the outlook of the game wouldn't change. I think people would just be willing to give it more of a chance because it's in Game Pass. But I still think people would be very hesitant because of just the way the whole game the way the whole game's
It's gonna
been
be
made
called
at this point.
Overwatch 2.
Yeah, just
Yeah, it should have been Overwatch Next Generation
Season
or whatever.
2.
And it's like, here's an expansion for campaign stuff. You guys have wanted campaign stuff. We're releasing a full campaign that'll be like $20 or $40 or whatever they end up pricing it at. And they go into explaining all the stuff that'll be in it, which they, from what they announced, they haven't talked about the campaign in a while. There is work that they're doing in terms of characters having different routes they can go to in terms of their skills. So there's stuff that's there that would be cool to play in a campaign. It's just like, A, we're not getting that. And B, it still doesn't change that the mode that most people are going to be playing is the same thing. And it's Overwatch hasn't gotten a major update in so long. So it's like, why has there been such a big delay for the same game?
I don't know, Crash. But I know one thing. You and
playing
Canada
Overwatch
are
with
going to
me.
enjoy it. You and Canada are going to enjoy it.
You're going to play Overwatch with me.
I am not playing Overwatch with you.
Why? We never play no games. Will you play Street Fighter with me?
No, you're just going to beat me up. You're just going to beat me up the whole time.
I'll play my worst character.
It's going to be 3 hours of you just beating me every single time.
I'll play my worst character.
Crash, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm so
I'll play
tempted
blindfolded.
to get good.
I would love for you to get good, Fix.
I don't have time to get good, Crash. I'm a scrub.
You don't have time, man.
I don't have time to get good anymore. I'm old, man. I'm old.
Might
buy a fight stick. That'll make me better at the game, but right?
I'll send you my fight stick.
Right, it'll cost you an arm and a leg just to get it to me.
I'd be better off just giving you money to buy a fight stick.
I'd love to get good at fighting games. It's one of those genres of games that I'm like, it'd be fun to be good at it. You know? Because just to turn up at a party one day and there's like this one dude who thinks he's like well sick, and then I just turn up and I'm just like, Hadouken.
Now I tell you a story.
Yeah, I know.
So,
they say, oh, okay, go on. I thought you was going to say you would never go to a party in the first place. Stop lying.
No, so when I went away to school, in our dorm, there was the common room or whatever. And this kid had brought his PS3 in and he was sitting down. He was playing Injustice 1, I think, against a whole bunch of people. And they were all, he was beating them all. And then I sat down and I literally destroyed this kid. And it was the best feeling ever for 2 reasons. A, I didn't like the guy. And B, because he was beating everybody. It was just fantastic. So
I bet you felt like a boss. You just did you just get up and just start high-fiving him in slow motion?
Yeah, that's what happened. Yeah. There was a whole room of people cheering for me. Confetti fell down from the sky.
The hottest girl there was like, "Oh my god, can I play with your curly hair?" And you was like, "No."
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
No, I need this. I need just this one.
It's my Achilles heel, my curly hair. I can't cut it off.
I knew it, Crash. I knew it. I always knew you was a GOAT gamer.
Yeah. I'm not even that good, but that guy was significantly worse.
That's the thing about fighting games, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to be that good.
You just have to be better than the other person.
You just got to be better than the guy next to you. That's all that matters. That's all.
Or you just got to cheese it out one match, and that's it. Or best of 3.
That's probably what he was doing.
Always do a best of 3 if you do one match. I don't remember.
This was the most important moment of your life. What do you mean you don't remember?
I just remember beating him.
So
I remember the moment that matters. What? I didn't high-five nobody.
Oh. I just don't high-five anyone.
You wanted me to beat him and then just start going around the room high-fiving?
Yeah, just tell them to beat up. See, you can tell why I didn't go to college, right? I'm there just like, high fives. Everyone looks at me like, what's wrong with this kid? Like, what do you mean high fives? Yeah. Trust me. Guys, that is the end of this week's My Xbox and Me. I hope you guys enjoyed our silly, dumb jokes that we try and make throughout. If you want to support the show financially, patreon.com/mcfixer. Let's plug and get ourselves out of here. Crash, what you got to plug this week, bud?
The YouTube page. Somebody had asked, I can't remember who it was. They leave comments all the time, and I forgot their name right now. Asked if we still answer questions on the YouTube page. Of course we do. Twitter, a few of the questions today were from Twitter. If you tweet at My Xbox and Me or any of us and use the hashtag MXAM, I pulled those tweets out as well as the Discord. Discord's always a great place. Conversations happen a lot in there as well. If you want to just talk gaming stuff with other people from the community, that's a great place to go to.
Yes, indeed. I got more music to promote. I got new songs, 2 new songs out. Last time, I think I was meant to have one. I've got one called Hell No, which people are calling my best song. And then I did a feature. I produced, I know I say it every week, all right? I know, Crash. But every week people tell me I've got a new best song. Is that my fault?
Gotcha.
Is
No,
it my
no,
fault?
I just found it funny. I wasn't blaming you for it. I just found it
Blame
funny.
the people, Crash. Blame the people. Yeah, I got a new song with a feature called a girl called Brisbane. Her character's called Brisbane. And like we produced the song, and she's a singer. And if you're into more like singing songs, you know, you're not into rap, you should check it out. I only got a little part on it. I've only got like an 8-bar on it. I was very upset. She sent me the beat.
8 bars.
She sent me the beat, and it had an 8-bar, and I was like, "Are you taking the mic?" And she was like, "What?"
Disrespectful.
She was like, she was like, "What?" I was like, "That's only 8 bars." She was like, "I didn't even realize." And I was like, "You go change it?" And she's like, "No." I was like, "Okay."
You want to be on the song?
I guess I'll hit you with this 8-bar. No problem. But yeah, go check it out. It's called Los Santos, baby. You can check it out on my Twitter or my Instagram. They're in the Discord. It is everywhere. But thank you all for watching as per usual. Lots of episodes coming next week. And until then, we will love you, leave you, and see you all later. Good boys.
Bye.
Also, don't think I'm going to miss that episode Discord. I see you lot. I see you, all right? Bye.